So, as many people may know, this save is only going until WrestleMania, which means we have to start looking ahead. And when I look ahead, I'm going to give you three options. I've narrowed it down to three options, three saves I'd like to play. So you guys get to choose what we do next. There will be a poll in the description below. And here are your options. Right, number one is the WWF, or it will be WWE, which is what I'd call them, from 1993, and in specific, the first ever Monday Night Raw. We're going to kick off the Monday Night Raw. We're going to turn it into what we want it to be, and it's quite an interesting landscape at the time, because it's January 1993, which means the Nature Boy Ric Flair is still in the company. I'd love to try and get him to stay if we do this save. You got Mr. Perfect. You got Bret Hart as WWE champion. You've got Razor Ramon coming up. Taker's there. Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan are still there. Shawn Michaels is on the rise. Marty Jannetty's still there. We could actually do something with him rather than letting him fall by the wayside, potentially, depending on drugs, obviously. But there is a lot of potential with this save. We take it forward and see what difference we do. There's Yokozuna as well. Forgot about Yokozuna. So there's a lot to do, and a new television empire was born with Monday Night Raw. How different could we make it? That is option number one. Now, option number two is a different company. It's WCW 1995, and in specific, like I said again, first Monday Nitro. I really am intrigued by a WCW save, because I've never been a big fan of WCW in the sense of I've never watched enough of it. So it's completely new ground for me. It's a clean slate. So WCW 1995 could be very interesting as we take the fight to the WWF or the WWE, and we see if we can make WCW the number one company in the world, similar to what they did. But can we do it, and can we sustain it? It's potentially an amazing save to do. So if WCW is your thing, vote for number two. And finally, option number three is the most modern option of the lot. It comes from 2010, so still 10 years ago. But we're looking at TNA. Now, TNA, there's a lot of memes about TNA. But at this particular point, it's January 2010, and it looked like TNA were about to have a new start. They had Hulk Hogan coming in, they had Eric Bischoff coming in, and they'd moved to Monday nights. They were going in competition with Monday Night Raw. That sounds scary already. But there's so much to like about this TNA roster at the time. You've got AJ Styles, you've got Bobby Lashley, you've got Samoa Joe in there, Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns. There's a lot to like about the roster, and potentially you could turn them into something amazing. It's a different set than I've ever done. It's the most modern one. It's intriguing, though. It is very intriguing. So that's your option number three. Make sure you do vote, and I will probably drop this in every video now until WrestleMania. So, yeah, I'm going to make sure you vote, because the next save is going to be hugely important. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first week of booking before the Elimination Chamber. On Sunday, we dropped the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. If you missed it, go back and watch it right now, because there are spoilers aplenty. If you watched it, what do you think? Let me know. Let me know in the feedback. Let me know in the comments. And let's get going to the Elimination Chamber. We open up with Monday Night Raw. And the Raw General Manager is in the ring, ready to make an announcement. Okay, the first Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble. We kick-starting the road to WrestleMania. And we kick-start with the Raw General Manager, Christian, in the ring. Don't call him AEW's Christian. He's WWE's Christian in the ring. The General Manager comes out. Looks like he's got an announcement ready to go when he's interrupted by the new WWE Champion, AJ Styles. These two have had issues in the past, so AJ is cocky here, he's confident, he is enjoying himself, and he says, "What? I know exactly what you're going to say. You're going to congratulate me on winning back my title, weren't you? Go on, congratulate me." Christian says, No, you're fine, fair. I congratulate you, well done, great performance, you are the champion, congratulations. AJ's like, good. And now I'm looking on to WrestleMania. And Christian says, good, I'm glad you said that, because that is where my announcement comes in. Because we have a pay-per-view before WrestleMania. And I want to see who deserves a WrestleMania title shot. So I am going to stick 6 of the very best inside the Elimination Chamber, and the winner gets a WrestleMania title shot against AJ Styles, the WWE champion, at the show of shows. And Christian says, and how do I know they're 6 of the best? Because they're going to prove it tonight in qualifying matches. 85 for the segment, so a really hot start to the show. Really hot. And we've got a focus for the rest of the show. A focus. Christian leaves. AJ looks like he's leaving when the music of Braun Strowman hits, and Strowman makes his entrance. He's in the opening contest. They have a little bit of a stare down on the stage. AJ holding the title high because Braun is in the first qualifying match. It's Braun versus John Morrison. The winner gets a place in the Elimination Chamber #1 contenders match, and that winner is Braun Strowman, because come on. And what the hell's gone on here? 66 rated matchup. Not great. They had great chemistry, but John Morrison sustained a hip pointer. I feel like these injuries are made up at this point. That is a new one. 83 from Braun Strowman, 66 from John Morrison. The injury really brings this down. But Braun Strowman wins. That's the storyline. That's the thing. Braun Strowman in the Elimination Chamber is going to be hellish. Hellish. Wow. That's going to be an interesting injury. I don't know what that is. Thanks, Kane. Keith Lee is backstage. Got a promo on Drew McIntyre. Last night, Keith Lee was, well, let's not beat around the bush. He was screwed out of his Royal Rumble opportunity. Pulled out of the ring by Drew McIntyre, who had already been eliminated. Drew thought he was pulling Brock Lesnar out of the ring. But the crimson mask, the blood in his eyes, meant he couldn't see, and Keith Lee was actually the man he pulled out. Keith Lee says Drew McIntyre has screwed him for the very last time, and he expects Drew McIntyre to make it right. A bit of a challenge from Keith Lee here for Drew McIntyre to make it right. 69 for the promo. Pretty good. Pretty damn good, actually. Aleister Black got a promo on AJ Styles for 69. He's asked about going nearly the distance in the Royal Rumble, being the final competitor thrown out at the Royal Rumble. And Aleister Black says, you know what? I was this close. I was this close. And while I've held championships in this company, I've never targeted the big one. But after becoming this close, I will never get that close and fail again. AJ Styles, consider this a warning. I am coming for the big one. 69, Aleister Black setting his sights on the WWE Championship. He has a qualifying match against Sami Zayn later tonight. 69, pretty good promo again. We did a match between Bayley and Ember Moon here for just 50. This is a little low as well, which is a bit worrying. Bayley gets the win. Another win for her. 64 from her, 47 from Ember Moon, a 50 rated match. That seems really, really harsh. But it is what it is. Afterwards, Bayley gets on the mic, cuts a promo for 72, much better. And she invites Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. Those two go one-on-one tonight, by the way. That big matchup in the main event. Bayley says both women can air their grievances before the matchup on her new talk show, which debuts tonight. Hello, ding dong. The other way around. Bobby Lashley was in action against Rey Mysterio for 75. Great matchup here. This was also a qualifying matchup, which means Bobby Lashley is in the chamber. Braun Strowman is in the chamber, and Bobby Lashley is in the chamber. 8 minutes, that's all this took. I didn't give it too much time, and it was better for it. 75, as I say. 73 from Big Bob. 62 from Ray. Two well-known names, and it works as a qualifying match, and we get Bobby Lashley in the chamber. He's still one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, which means that the Raw Tag Team Championship will not be defended at the Elimination Chamber. More on that later. Sammy Guevara entered the Raw General Manager's office for a 60 rated segment. Sammy Guevara complains about not being part of a qualifying matchup tonight. Sammy Guevara has not been booked in a qualifying matchup, and he is not happy about it. And he makes his case for a one-on-one title shot against AJ Styles. He says, I understand you've got this chamber match that you want to happen, but I see a WWE champion who's free for the night at Elimination Chamber. So I want it. I want that title shot. One-on-one. Christian says, you know what? You want a title shot? Then you need to prove it. And a challenge has been set out here to Sammy Guevara to prove to the Raw General Manager that he deserves a title opportunity. We'll find out later. Okay, we did the talk show segment for a 76. Bayley performed poorly in the segment. Shayna Baszler didn't do that well, but Becky was really, really good. And it's, 76, not bad. The Ding Dong Hello debut for Bayley, which is really, really cool. And the whole point of this segment is these two getting in each other's faces. They don't touch because that's what's happening tonight. But Shayna Baszler convinces Becky Lynch to put her WrestleMania title shot, the one she won last night, by going from number one to the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match. She convinces her to put that title match on the line tonight. And all of a sudden, the Raw main event has huge stakes. Huge. 76. Pretty good talk show. Okay, this was also a qualifying matchup, and it was a tag team matchup. So 2 men have joined the race, and 2 men are in the Elimination Chamber for an 82 rated match. Very good. That's Daniel Bryan and Tommaso Ciampa, who defeat AOP. So Daniel Bryan, Tommaso Ciampa joined Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman in that Elimination Chamber match at the pay-per-view. Daniel Bryan, 87. Really good. 68 from Ciampa, 61 from Reza Akam, 58. Very good match. And it's rare they do tag team qualifiers for a singles sort of competition, but I'm doing it. Afterwards, the Psycho Killers, that's Bryan and Ciampa, cut a promo on the Chamber talking about how, you know what, they can eliminate everyone. And then at the very end, it is going to be best man wins. 68. Andrade is backstage cutting a promo, and he is furious. The man who lost his WWE Championship last night is complaining about having to qualify for a number 1 contenders match for another title shot. What? He is the former WWE champion. He should have his title match tonight. He is not happy at being booked in a qualifying matchup for the Chamber. 70, good promo. Okay, next week then, we've announced a couple of matches here. Next week we'll be seeing Daniel Bryan and Tommaso Ciampa take on AJ Styles' boys. That's Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Should be a good tag match there. And how's about this for a big Raw main event next week? AJ Styles, the WWE champion, will be in action against Keith Lee. Keith Lee versus AJ Styles next week on Raw. That's big time. That is big time. Okay, back to Christian's office. He's involved a lot tonight. Only 49 rated segment, not great here. Christian has been handed an envelope, and inside that envelope is a thumb drive. A thumb drive. And Christian grabs the nearest technician and says, look, you need to get into this thumb drive, and I need to see we all need to see what's on it, because it is vital evidence. That's all he says. Sammy Guevara then was in action. He's looking to prove himself as a challenger for a WWE Championship opportunity. Well, how's about that? He defeats the former WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston, for a 77. Great match and a great victory for Sammy Guevara. Face versus face here, but why not? 64 from Sammy, 78 from Kofi. Carried it. But what a great result for Sammy Guevara. He's more aggressive than ever, and he's got a massive win. One of the biggest wins of his career right here against Kofi Kingston. Huge. After the match, Sammy Guevara is celebrating. Kofi Kingston offers his hand as a sign of respect. He raises the arm of Sammy Guevara and puts the guy over for 63. Not great. Damian Priest got a promo on Drew McIntyre. He pinned him in a tag match 2 weeks ago, and Damian Priest has made it very, very clear he's coming after the United States Championship. 73. Good promo. Okay, Drew McIntyre is next out. He comes out to the ring and he's cutting a promo and he calls out Keith Lee. Now, not in the same way as you'd be thinking. He says Keith Lee needs to come to this ring. And he says, look, I'm not mad about what you did last night. I understood why you powerbombed me into the ring post. I get it. And you know what? I messed up last night. I'm a man. I can accept it. I messed up. So you want me to put it right? I will. How's about this? Elimination Chamber. You versus me for the United States Championship. Keith Lee says, now that is what I'm talking about. And they offers his hand. They shake on it. Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee seems to be confirmed for Elimination Chamber with the United States Championship on the line. Huge match if true. 86. Very good segment. Okay, qualifying match up here. So we know our fifth man, Andrade, qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. He defeats Xavier Woods. Good match, 72. Andrade, 83. Xavier Woods, 62. Yeah, good match. And another win for Andrade, who needs to get his momentum back after losing the championship. So he gets a win tonight. And he's into the chamber. That's a hell of a chamber match stacking up here. Braun, Brian, Bobby. Ciampa hasn't got a B, but neither has Andrade. But you get my point. This is looking good. Andrade cut a promo afterwards saying AJ Styles better watch his back because he's coming back for his championship. 70. Shayna Baszler cut a promo on Becky Lynch saying Becky did exactly what she expected her to do earlier tonight on Ding Dong Hello. And tonight now, Shayna Baszler can book herself another opportunity to winning back the championship that she has held for so long in this save. 73. Good promo. Right. It's time for the final qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. So as we say, we got Braun, we got Brian, we got Ciampa, we've got Bobby Lashley, and we've got Andrade. So who out of Aleister Black and Sami Zayn is going to the Elimination Chamber? Your winner, Aleister Black, because it was the logical choice. 81 from the performance from Aleister Black, by the way. Gets a 72 match. 68 from Sami Zayn. And a clean win for Aleister Black over a pretty good competitor in Sami Zayn. We've pushed him well on Raw, but this weren't his moment. And what a chamber match that really could be. You've got some hard hitters. You've got some technical, absolute masterpieces. This is going to be good. Elimination Chamber for the number one contendership for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Huge. 72. Good match. Okay, Christian has invited Drew McIntyre into his office and he's not happy. Christian is not happy. He says, look, Drew, you should have consulted with me first before you went around making matches for a pay-per-view, because I've already booked something. That next week, we're going to have a 10-man battle royal and the winner was going to get a shot at you for the United States Championship. Now, you've promised Keith Lee a title match. And you know what? I'm not inhumane. Keith Lee can get his title match. But the Battle Royal is still happening. And the winner of that Battle Royal will join your pay-per-view match and make it a triple threat. So next week, 10-man Battle Royal. The winner joins Drew and Keith Lee in a triple threat match at the pay-per-view. Becky Lynch got a promo on Shayna Baszler, hyping up the main event, talking about how she will go on to WrestleMania when she's put this pesky Shayna problem behind her. We did a Sammy Guevara promo on AJ for 60. I wish it was 80. Not great from Sammy Guevara. And then final promo here from Keith Lee reacting to the news of the Battle Royal. He is not happy. He complains about the triple threat decision and he says, you know what I think? I think management are protecting Drew McIntyre because they know that when Drew McIntyre goes one-on-one with the limitless Keith Lee, he stands no chance at all. Right, it's time for the main event. The main event is Becky versus Shayna. Now, I can't remember if we said this was going to be a gimmick match, so I haven't done a gimmick match, but it's got big stakes. It has got big stakes. The winner of this one will take on the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. This is huge. It is Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler, your winner. And going on to WrestleMania, Becky Lynch for a 77. It was the obvious choice of the winner and a good main event for a 77 actually. Becky Lynch, in 18 minutes or so, they get time and they have another very good match. I thought it might have been better, but it's fine for what it is. Becky Lynch, 76. Shayna Baszler, 78. 77. Team main event women's talent putting on an absolute show. Becky retains a title shot. But we're not done, because as Becky's celebrating, the screen, the Titantron, goes a little bit weird. And all of a sudden a video starts playing. And from the date in the corner, you can see this is security camera footage of the night that Becky Lynch was attacked. Right all the way back, I think it was Night of Champions or Clash of Champions. It was a pay-per-view. Becky Lynch was attacked. And we all assume now it was Shayna Baszler. But this video shows different. This video shows the attacker, the person who rushes Becky Lynch from behind with a steel pipe, whacks around the back of the head, knocks Becky Lynch out cold. The person who did that had blonde hair and reveals herself when she turns round. The person who attacked Becky Lynch was Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry. Okay, this was always the plan. I'm sorry. Charlotte Flair was the one who attacked Becky Lynch. It makes sense. Please, it does. I know you don't want to see Charlotte, but I do. I think Charlotte and Becky deserve one final hellish WrestleMania match. So I'm going to give it to them. Charlotte Flair, this is our official heel turn here. This is our official heel turn, so we can do it. It's not going to go well because we hadn't long turned a babyface, so I understand that. But we're doing it. It was a complete success. I'm a liar. I'm an absolute liar. It worked. And now Becky Lynch knows who the target is. She's got undeniable proof. This was the thumb drive from earlier, for anyone confused. Charlotte Flair has got a target on her back. That gives us a 79 rated Raw. Very good. Very good. Very good, actually. It had a focus all the way through. I'm happy. Okay, main event this week kicks off with Murphy in action, defeating Apollo Crews. A win for Murphy here. 61, fine. 2 mid-carders, or lower mid-carders, really, getting a bit of time to shine. Murphy and Apollo Crews will put on a good match, and they did just that. Still 3 stars. I'll take that. Happy days. Murphy wins. He cuts a promo afterwards, putting himself over for 70. Wow. We did have a bit of news in between the pay-per-view and Raw where John Cena believes Murphy could talk. Don't doubt John Cena. Wow. Becky Lynch got a promo on Charlotte Flair for 67 talking about the video that we saw at the end of Raw and what we're going to do going forward from there. Well, we'll find out next week. Should be very, very interesting. Biggie got a promo on Bray Wyatt for 73. Biggie is asked about the Royal Rumble winner and Biggie says, yeah, I'm not worried. Don't worry. 73. Damian Priest beat Humberto Carrillo for 69. This is okay again, similar to the first one. 2 mid-carders putting on a decent match. Humberto's probably a lower mid-carder, to be fair. 67 for Priest, 49 for Carrillo, who's actually off his game. It's fine. Another good win for Damian Priest, who calls out the United States champion again. Similar promo to Raw, talking about wanting an opportunity. Priest is involved in the 10-man Battle Royal next week, and you could argue he probably might just be a favourite for that Battle Royal. Jeff Hardy and Chad Gable, Alpha Enigma, got a promo on the Usos for 65, talking about their alliance with Roman Reigns, the Usos that is, and talking about how the Alpha Enigma believe the tag team titles deserve better. Sasha Banks got a promo on Sonya Deville, talking about the title change on Sunday, and that she will not be on Smackdown this week as the doctors haven't cleared her. She's still suffering with a knock, so we're not going to use her this week. Sammy Guevara got a promo on AJ Styles for 56. Sammy Guevara's promos need to be better than that. That is not great. Guevara's in the main event, though. Sammy Guevara versus Sheamus for 73. Good main event. 64 from Sammy Guevara. Sheamus 61. Boosted to a 73. And a win for Sammy Guevara, who, if Christian's watching, might just be making a statement there. A win over a former world champion again there. Hello. Gives us a 72 rated main event. It's all about the main event of main event there, isn't it? Really. Okay, NXT kicks off this week with a North American champion action. Peter Dunne took on Raul Mendoza for 74. Very good match. Pete Dunne carrying it with a 74. 51 from Raul Mendoza. Wasn't bad at all, really. Bitter end, did the business, and just another win as we head towards TakeOver. We know it's going to be Dunne and Gargano in a ladder match for the belt. So afterwards, Dunne cut a promo hyping up the match for 67. He's just talking a lot here about what I've written down is what he's going to say. He's going to say he is the best thing going on this brand. And at TakeOver, he will redefine the ladder match. Let's hype this ladder match up big time. Dakota Kai got a promo on Tegan Knox for 52. What's happening here is that it's a sort of a battle plan being made up by Dakota and Raquel Gonzalez, and they guarantee that the plan for TakeOver will happen. We'll see tonight. Cameron Grimes arrives at the arena celebrating after last week where Grimes beat Adam Cole in the main event, technically. So Cameron Grimes, he pulls up in his sports car. He's got his money flowing. He's got women on either arm. He's looking to have a good time, play up his rich man persona. He comes right to the door when he's met by William Regal, who says, "Okay, let me stop you right there. They are not allowed in here. This is a reputable company. They have to go. That's not happening. And 2, get yourself ready because you are in the main event tonight." And then it's announced it's going to be a 6-man tag tonight. Cameron Grimes teaming with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish against Adam Cole and the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Big Beefy Boys. Big time. Lince Dorado was in action against Dexter Lumis for 68. Very good match here for NXT. And a bit of an upset. Lince Dorado defeating Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis was not happy about it, but it's Dexter Lumis, so I don't really care. Lince Dorado 59, Dexter Lumis 63. And a win for Lince, who seemingly has got the Cruiserweight Championship in his sights. Well, he did. But another man who has his Cruiserweight Championship in his sights is Bandido. Bandido comes out face-to-face with Lince Dorado, mask versus mask. And, it doesn't go well for Lince Dorado here. He's beaten down. And in the end, Bandido steals Lince Dorado's mask. We don't see his face. He covers himself quickly. But Bandido runs off with Lince Dorado's mask. Disrespect right there. Disrespect. 47, not bad for the Cruiserweight division. Santos Escobar got a promo for 43. He's pleased with the developments between Dorado and Bandido. Adam Cole got a promo on Roderick Strong for 74. He says TakeOver is the day their friendship will be burnt to the ground. Roderick Strong was in action next, and he defeated Fandango for 62. This is pretty good as well. Roderick Strong 60, Fandango 47. Only about 8 minutes. Didn't need any more than that. The Stronghold does the business. Fandango forced to tap. Roderick Strong has got a test at TakeOver, but he looks ready to go. Afterwards, he cut a promo on Adam Cole for 65. Again, saying, sort of hyping up the TakeOver match. What he does say is, let's see if Adam Cole even gets to TakeOver. TakeOver's next week, of course. But next week, before TakeOver, so we're doing a TV show and then TakeOver that weekend. Before TakeOver, we get to see this. Pentagon Jr. will be in action, taking on Kyle O'Reilly. That's not all. The War Raiders will be in action, taking on the grizzled young veterans. That's 2 big matches for next week on NXT. Okay. After that, we did a tag match where the Rascals were involved, and a great match here for a 70. The Rascals defeat Araya Daivari and Bobby Fish, really carried here by Desmond Xavier, who put in an amazing performance, a 74. Everyone else around that 50 mark, but wow, Desmond Xavier did amazingly. Why is it Araya Daivari and Bobby Fish? That was not supposed to be Araya Daivari and Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish is pulling double duty tonight. Sorry, Bobby Fish. The Rascals got a backstage promo afterwards, hyping themselves up for 51. Not a lot to that. Tegan got a promo on Dakota Kai, talking about the match tonight, about a potential plan against her. She says she knows that she'll be planning something, but she is ready for it. Finn Balor defeated Tony Nese in a squash match for 54. Balor 67, Tony Nese 36. 2 minutes. That's it. Balor wins. The NXT champion looks strong. He's got Riddle on his mind, but Balor puts it away here. Afterwards, he cut a promo, not on Roderick Strong. I don't know what's going on in my typing tonight, but it's not worked out. That's meant to be against Matt Riddle, but fine. 70 rated promo, it worked out. He says that is what a champion does. and Riddle will never understand it. Right, tag action from the women's division. Tegan Nox and Deonna Purrazzo against The Way for 58. This is pretty good, actually, for the women's division. 55 Tegan, 56 Candice, 30 for the other two. But post-match is where the big angle happens, where Tegan Nox gets Pillmanized. That's right, we're putting the chair and we're really, really taking apart the knee of Tegan Nox as a weakness going into TakeOver. That was Dakota Kai's plan. 55, good segment. Right, Big Beefy Boys got a promo on the North for 55. It'll be the Big Beefy Boys versus the North versus the War Raiders at TakeOver for the tag team titles. 55. The North are on commentary for the main event, by the way. They're on commentary for the main event. That six-man tag is next. And it gets us an 80. One heck of a main event for NXT. Wow, 60 for the tag champs, 78 for Adam Cole, 61 for Cameron Grimes, 62 for Bobby Fish, 65 for Kyle O'Reilly, boosted to an 80 because it really, really worked. And Adam Cole picks up the victory, pinning Bobby Fish. But afterwards, it is just mayhem. It is just mayhem. Roderick Strong attacks Adam Cole. The Big Beefy Boys stick up for Adam Cole, which leads to the Undisputed Era taking on against the three of them. That involves Cameron Grimes, so out comes Pentagon Jr. too. The Viking Raiders and the North also get involved. We have an almighty brawl to end NXT. We end in madness for a 65. That gives us a 74 rated NXT. Pretty damn good if I do say so myself. That is very good. NXT UK, and we kick off with Chris Brooks in action against Cara Noir, the current Progress champion, by the way. 56, 58 from Chris Brooks, 35 from Cara Noir, and a win for Chris Brooks. But by cheating, blatantly cheating, which plays into the storyline. When the Ojmo comes out for a promo, a face-to-face with Chris Brooks, he gets on the mic and he says, you know what, you just did that. You just did that, right? Everyone see it. The referee couldn't see it, but everyone could see it. And in our match at TakeOver, I don't want you to worry about getting disqualified, because I want it to be no disqualification. Bang the mic while I'm at it. 56. Chris Brooks agrees. The match is made. The match is changed. It's going to be the Ojmo and Chris Brooks at TakeOver Insurrection, and it will be no disqualification. Dave Mastiff cuts a promo on Volta ahead of the main event. He said last week he was attacked, but this week Volta will feel the full force of Dave Mastiff. 29, not great. Tag team action here for 50. The Welsh Dragons defeated Gabriel Kidd and Danny Jones. Good win for the number one contenders for the tag titles. 48 apiece for those, 31 and 27 for the heels. Pretty good stuff, actually. Pretty good stuff. Post-match, they are destroyed by the Prestige. Once again, 44 destroyed again. And yeah, it's not gone well for them in their segments with the Prestige. Some matches announced for next week. Then we're going to do an 8-man tag. Joe Hendry and Eddie Dennis, the Prestige, will team up with Gallus, Wolfgang and Mark Coffey against Killian Dane, A-Kid, and the Welsh Dragons. That's not all. That's right, we're doing a massive, massive match in the women's division on the NXT UK before TakeOver Insurrection. Kaylie Ray versus Toni Storm. That's huge. That is huge right there. But that is not all. We will main event with a 6-man tag. It's going to be Tyler Bate teaming with Drake Maverick and the Ojmo against Chris Brooks, Noam Dar, and Volta. So that is your go-home show next week. But that's next week. This week, we've got some things to get done still. Julia cut a promo on Kaylie Ray. She says, you know what? She wants their match at TakeOver to be 2 out of 3 falls for the women's division, women's title. We'll see if Kaylie Ray accepts later in the show. Tyler Bate cut a promo on Volta. He vows, he says, you know what? Trent Seven is a fighter and Trent Seven will be back. But Volta, you've just made the biggest mistake of your life. Of course, after last week where Volta laid out Trent Seven with a golden bomb on the ring apron. Right, six-man tag. Killian Day and A-Kid and Ilya Dragunov took on Joel Redmond, Joseph Connors and Rob Terry. 32, not great here. 33 for Ilya Dragunov, 32 for A-Kid. Killian Day in the best of the lot with the 51. 36 for Rob Terry, 35 for Redmond, 31 for Connors. This is very mid-card NXT UK, so that's probably why it's so low. But these guys are all involved in that battle royal at TakeOver, so yeah, this is why it's all happening. Killian Dane got a promo on Volta for 53 after, of course, winning that match there. Killian Dane says he will win the Battle Royal and he will dethrone whoever is champion, whether it's Volta or Tyler Bate. Okay, we're going to have one more promo. Kaylie Ray accepts the challenge from Julia. The match is made for TakeOver Insurrection. 2 out of 3 falls. 53, good promo. The main event then, Volta and Dave Mastiff for 63. Good match. Ignore the pinfall by Golden Bum. That was meant to be a submission, but it is fine. Volta put on a 71, by the way. Jesus Christ, man. This is NXT UK. What are you doing? 30 for Dave Mastiff. Yeah, 63. And after the match, we're doing an old school, vintage WWE storyline. A WWE angle, because Volta... he's not just going to beat Dave Mastiff. He's not just going to make him submit. He's going to hit a powerbomb on Dave Mastiff. Now, Volta's a very big man. Dave Mastiff is a very big man. So this powerbomb, which is phenomenal to even do, sends Dave Mastiff flying through the ring. He goes through the ring. We are going to do an old school WWE tactic of having him ploughed through the ring. Let's put over Volta as an absolute badass. 58, good NXT UK. That's good. It's not the best we've done, but considering what we did on the show, I'm pleased with that. That's really good. Okay, let's end the week with Friday Night Smackdown, and we open up with JBL in his office talking to the camera saying, so Raw announced on Monday they're going to have an Elimination Chamber match for the WrestleMania title shot, and I don't want to be one-upped. SmackDown is the better show, so let's one-up Monday Night Raw. Let's prove we're the better show. We're going to be having an Elimination Chamber match at the pay-per-view, and it's going to be for the Universal Championship. JBL setting the scene straight away for SmackDown tonight, and then we go into our opening contest, and our opening contest sees Seth Rollins take on Kalisto for a spot in the Chamber, which Seth Rollins clearly would win. Sorry, guys, that was obvious, but they had a good match. That was the main thing. 78, 79 from Seth, Kalisto 58, and a good win. Seth Rollins qualifies. It's going to be Biggie versus Seth Rollins versus 4 other men for the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber. Good start to the show. Seth got a promo on Biggie afterwards for 67, so not a great promo. He can do better than that. Tag team action for 67. The Street Profits took on the Glorious Show-Off. 57 for Angelo Dawkins, 64 for Montez Ford, 53 and 57 for the Heels. Mid-card SmackDown stuff. It's okay. I was hoping for better, but it's okay. Afterwards, they cut a promo on the Usos calling out the champs, saying that the Street Profits want some gold. Bray Wyatt cut a Firefly Funhouse, only for a 68. This is, I probably could have done it a different way. Maybe that's why. But let's talk through why it's happening. It's Bray Wyatt says he's excited. He's excited because he won the Royal Rumble. But not just that. I'm excited because coming up is the Elimination Chamber, the metal, the wild, the violence, the hurt, the carnage. And that excites me. That excites him. And he is going to pick the bones of the Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. Okay, next week we know we're going to get this one. Seth Rollins and Murphy are going to team up against Alpha Enigma. That should be a very interesting tag match, but that is not all. So you know, next week we'll also be getting Big E. He's in action. It's going to be the Universal Champion against the Intercontinental Champion. It's Big E and Ricochet next week. That's big time. Okay. Big E enters JBL's office, and of course the Universal Champion is not happy. He is not happy. Big E is then forced by JBL to go straight out and take on the next match. But unfortunately for Bo Dallas, he is the next match. Biggie squashes him, 66, fine, 2 minutes 28, big ending. Universal Champion looks strong afterwards. He cut a promo on the people in the chamber talking about how he will retain his championship. Right, let's get back going. Mustafa Ali cut a promo on Roman Reigns for 63. Not great from Mustafa Ali here. He's taking on Reigns in the main event. Ali and Reigns in a qualifying match tonight. Ricochet, though, has qualified for the chamber. He beat Sheamus in a qualifying match. So the Intercontinental Champion has got a shot at the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber. 86 from Ricochet, 84 for the match. He's very, very good. Perhaps could have been the main event. 61 from Sheamus. Very good. Randy Orton cut a promo on Ricochet. He's got a qualifying match tonight as well, and he vows to win it. He vows to end Ricochet and walk away Universal Champion. Right then, we did an angle with the Smackdown Women's Division and the new Smackdown Women's Champion, Sonya Deville. She arrives in the arena, the new champion. She's ready to celebrate, but out comes Asuka. Asuka comes out immediately and calls out Sonya Deville to her face and says, I want a title shot. Tessa is the next person to come out. She's not happy. Tessa Blanchard, a SmackDown debut. She comes straight out. Looks like she's going to cut a promo, but she does not. Alongside Lacey Evans with her, they attack Asuka. Sonya Deville watches. Tessa hits the power bomb on Asuka through the announce table. And just as it looks like they're done, they turn their attention to Sonya Deville. Tessa Blanchard lays out the champion 2 with a powerbomb and looks like an absolute badass on her first night in the SmackDown Women's Division. Next week, then, it is announced, though, as we come back from break, the match has been made. It's going to be Sonya Deville versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship next week on SmackDown. So Tessa Blanchard will not be happy. We'll pick up on that, though. Okay, qualifying contest here. Randy Orton defeated Otis to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. 77 from Orton, 68 from Otis, and a 79 rated match. Pretty good. Pretty good. And Orton gets his place. So it's Seth, Biggie, Ricochet, and Randy Orton. There's 2 spots left. We'll get to it. Kevin Owens cut a promo on Big E for 71. He was really screwed out of the title of the Royal Rumble. He was cheating to win the Big E, the champion Big E. So Kevin Owens says next time he gets an opportunity, he will take it. Kevin Owens versus Corbin next in a qualifying match for 82. Another good match tonight. We're doing well with this. 12 minutes. Kevin Owens qualifies. So now add Kevin Owens to the pot. Ricochet, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Big E, Seth Rollins. There's 1 spot left. Will it be Reigns or Ali in the main event? We'll get to that in just a moment. But Kevin Owens joins them. 78, good performance from Kevin Owens. And an 82, very good stuff. Okay, Tessa Blanchard cut a promo on Asuka for 71. What a promo from Tessa Blanchard here. She is the star power the SmackDown Women's Division needed, I would argue. Tessa says the title match next week is, and I quote, bullshit. That would be bleeped on the TV. I'm not bleeping it for me, but Tessa Blanchard looking like a badass and sounding like a badass here. Right, main event time. Before that, Roman Reigns cuts a promo on Ali for 69. Well, Paul Heyman would cut the promo, really. And next is Roman Reigns versus Mustafa Ali for the final chamber spot. And the winner is, of course, Roman Reigns for a 75. Roman Reigns, heel Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, will be in the Elimination Chamber. He beats Ali here with a spear after distraction from Jimmy Uso. Roman Reigns 80, Mustafa Ali 66. Ali doesn't make it. Roman Reigns does. And what a chamber match that could be. Before the Raw one was good. Rollins, Big E, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet. Talent everywhere. Right. That's not the end of the show, though, because the show ends with madness again, just like NXT in a way. The Bloodline look dominant. When out come Randy Orton, out come Ricochet, out come Big E, out come Kevin Owens. Everyone involved in the chamber match are involved here tonight. But the Bloodline lay them all out. All of them. Apologies, guys. Ooh. They lay everyone out, including the Universal Champion, and they stand tall. Your Tribal Chief ends SmackDown standing tall. That gives us a 77 rated SmackDown. I feel like that's harsh. We've got 2 early 80s matches, a 79, a 75, a 78 there. I mean, maybe not. 77 still pretty good. And Elimination Chamber is shaping up to be one hell of a card. And that's it then. That's your week, the first week ahead of Elimination Chamber. And we've just a week to go before the 2 takeovers. 2 things are starting to ramp up. It was all about qualifying this week, and I thought it meant for some quite decent main roster shows. NXT was pretty good. NXT UK was pretty good as well. So yeah, good week. Good week. And now we look ahead to Elimination Chamber, which those chamber matches, oh my god, the talent in those, it could be very, very special. If you liked the video, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and yeah, let me know some feedback in the comments. That's always good. Now, the thing at the start of the video, make sure you do drop a vote, whether it's WWF 1993, whether it's WCW 1995 or TNA 2010. You will have the choice of where we go next. Those 3 options, make sure you choose. Until next time, peace.